Hi everyone, welcome to SOIV Academy of Accounts. Here all my preparations and presentations are only in exam point of view. Follow my regular classes and get more marks in your semester exam. Subject Corporate Accounting 2, Chapter Liquidation of Company, Class 3. Today we are going to work out yet another important problem for your examination. Listen carefully. Question number 3. The following particulars are related to a company which has gone into liquidation. You are required to prepare the liquidator's final statement of account, allowing for his remuneration at 2% on amount realized on assets and 2% on amount distributed to the unsecured creditors. Dear students, in default, whenever the percentage amount distributed to unsecured creditors is given, you consider always including preferential creditors. Okay. See, but in this problem, so given the 2% on amount distributed to unsecured creditors other than preferential creditors. So in this problem, we don't want to find the percentage of remuneration out of preferential creditors because here given other than preferential creditors. So unsecured creditors given 2,24,000, preferential creditors given 70,000 and debentures 75,000. Assets realized the following amounts: cash in hand 20, land and building 1,30,000, plant and machinery 1,10,500, and furniture and fitting 7,500. A liquidation expenses amount 2,000 rupees is given, and a call of rupees 2 per share on the partly paid 10,000 equity shares was made and duly paid except in case of one shareholders the owning 500 shares. So except the one who's owning 500, the rest of the 9,500 shares we received call money. Okay. See here how much the total assets realized, my dear. 20,000 plus 1,30,000 plus 1,10,000 plus 7,500. Total 2,68,000. Clear? Okay. Now we move on to the liquidator final statement. Okay. See, my dear. Before we work out liquidator final statement, always first we focus with finding the liquidator remuneration. Okay. Write down the heading, the note 1 calculation of liquidator remuneration, the 3% on assets realized. Yes, how much assets realized? 2,68,000 is given into 2%, 5,330. The 2% on amount paid to the unsecured creditors. Okay. So unsecured creditors, how much is given? 2,24,000. So we want to find at the time of settlement of unsecured creditors, we have sufficient or insufficient amount. So based on that, we are finding the remuneration. Now, we move on to the liquidator final statement. See, okay, write down the heading liquidator final statement of account. You make divide the 6 column, receipts, amount, payments, amount. The start with the debit side, to assets realized, cash in hand given 20,000, land and building 1,30,000, plant and machinery is given 1,10,500, furniture and fitting is given 7,500. Find the total. The total amount 2,68,000 assets realized. We don't have any surplus out of secured creditors. Just you ignore. And next, receipts. The call money we received from equity shareholders out of 10,000 equity shares except 500. The rest of the shares they paid unpaid call money of 2 rupees per share. So 9,500 into 2, what about 19,000 rupees? Now we move on to the payment side. The start with the legal charges. We doesn't have any value. And next, liquidation expenses. 2,000 rupees is given. And liquidator remuneration. As per the working note, we are going to substitute the value here. And followed by debenture holders, 75,000 is given. And preferential creditors, 70,000. Now unsecured creditors. So here now we want to find the balancing figure. So at the stage of the repayment to the unsecured creditors, whether we have to check we have sufficient or insufficient amount. Okay. What is the total receipt of debit side? 2,87,000. So out of 2,87,000, so we have to deduct so far what we made a payment one by one. So 2,87,000 minus 2,000 and liquidator remuneration as of now we calculated and 5,360 from assets realized you deduct and followed by you deduct 75,000 as a debenture and preferential creditors also you deduct and find the balancing figure. How much we have balance here? 1,34,640. We have sufficient or insufficient? So insufficient of amount. Now we go back to question to refer how much unsecured creditors is given. See here, the unsecured creditors given 2,24,000. Okay. Now we move on to the liquidator final statement. So 2,24,000 is unsecured creditors, and here we have the balance amount at the stage of to payment to the unsecured creditors 1,34,640. So insufficient of amount. Out of insufficient amount, we are going to find the remuneration. So 1,34,640 into 2 by 102 percentage. So here 2 by 102, and we are going to find the balance how much? 2,640. Okay, now find the total. Assets realized 5,360, and what about unsecured creditors 2,640, and total remuneration, liquidator remuneration is 8,000. That 8,000 we are going to be transferred to the liquidator's final statement, 8,000 rupees. And again, second time, we have to deduct one by one out of total receipt. So 2,87,000 is total receipts, and now we are going to deduct one by one. The liquidation expenses 2,000, remuneration 8,000, 75,000 debenture, and preferential credit are 70, and finally what we are going to balance. So what is the balance amount here? 1,32,000. Okay, this is the final settlement to the unsecured creditor. So here we doesn't have any excess amount to pay to the equity shareholders. So this is the yet another important problem for your examination. I hope you understood the concept very well, my dear. Once you are familiar with all the three problems, so really I am telling, you will get a good marks in liquidation of company. In upcoming classes, we are going to work out yet another important problem for your examination. Dear students, please subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon to get the further notification of my new uploads. Thanks for watching.